Consumer team call, conference call, announcement call, the office meeting of the week, the everything call, because it's all where all the big announcements and everything important to you for your rate of success here is always launched and handed out, given to you, announced on Tuesday night only. Write that down, please. If you're brand new, especially Tuesday night's the most important night of the week. Anytime Rory and Tanya are going to make a major change to help you build. Anytime they're going to add a new product, service, or a tool, anything like that, to help you build your business, hit your goals, make more money, spread the word. They're going to do that on a Tuesday night only, never any other night of the week. So you never want to miss that Tuesday night for that reason. All of that is critical to your success. And like I tell people quite often, if you listen to the Keystone video and Rory talks about something that happened, and I'm just going to give you the hint, you got to go back and listen. Something that happened when he launched a new product, and I want you guys to imagine it after you hear it again, that you took 2 or 3 Tuesday nights off and you got back on the 4th Tuesday night and you heard me and Linda and Karen and everybody else talking about all the fun and great times and money we're making with this new thing that just got added to the system and you missed it. Don't be that story. We don't want you to be that story. Please don't be that story. And that's why you never want to miss a Tuesday night. It is the most important night of the week. And we're never going to add anything on any other night of the week. Train on it on Saturday, yes, but launch it. Make sure you get it on Tuesday so you can implement it, put it into gear, and get your business where you need it to be. Again, what else happens on Tuesday night, Linda? We get to meet all the brand new team members, right? Mm-hmm. That's fun. We love seeing all the states being represented. We love seeing how we're spreading all over the country and into Canada and other countries. We've got people from a couple of different countries on this call, whether they get to speak up or not. But we love hearing from you, and Rory and Tanya like to hear that name announced for the first time. Linda and I love to be the first 2 people here that can unmute and welcome you to the team. Everybody can unmute right now. So if you're brand new, go ahead and click on that microphone on the lower left-hand corner, or just hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello, and don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call. Check. Yep, that's good. That's good. That's good. I know, Desiree, you were trying to unmute for a second there.
Hi, Denise from Ohio.
Denise in Ohio. First caller. Denise, you just made Linda's day. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Glad you're here. Welcome. Glad you made it. Who else is brand new? If you're new and it's your first Tuesday, click on that little microphone or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from. And welcome to the call.
Hello, Diane Haberman. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Vegas is in the house. Thank you, Diane. Welcome. Glad you made it.
Hi, I'm Benita. I'm calling from Virginia, Richmond, Virginia.
Benita from Richmond, Virginia. Love it there. Beautiful place.
Thank you.
Glad you made it. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Welcome to everybody. Somebody's saying something in chat. Linda, if you want to watch that for me. Welcome to everybody else to the RRR247 and direct to consumer team call, office call, business call, important announcement call. It's got so many different titles because everything that's important to you and your business and your success is always added, launched on Tuesday night. As I was telling everybody that before the rest of you just came in, anytime Rory and Tanya are going to add something to this system to help you make more money, to help you build, to help you spread the word, help you go global, help you hit your goals, whatever it is, a product, a service, or a tool. It's always going to be launched on Tuesday night, never any other night of the week. So you never want to miss that, ever, ever. We also get to meet all the new team members and family. Every week there's somewhere between 10 and 30 brand new people joining the team. It's fun to see. We like to see all the states that are being added. It's great as we spread all over the place back and forth. That's fun too. So if you're brand new, click on the little microphone at the bottom left-hand corner of your Zoom screen, or just hit the space bar on your keyboard That'll do it too. That'll unmute you. Say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hello.
Maria, where are you calling from?
Florida. I'm in
Georgia.
Florida. Florida.
Florida. There we go. You just made my day. Welcome. Glad you made it. Welcome,
Two states out of the way.
We got Ohio and Florida out of the way. Where's everybody else now? Okay, go ahead, Chester. You can unmute again. Where are you calling in from? Oh, you got to unmute, sir. Hit the little microphone, or there you go.
Hello, everybody. My name's Chester Mobley. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City, Missouri's in the house. Thank you, sir. We're so glad you made it. Oh,
So glad to be here.
fantastic. A lot of great things happened. It's a great time to join. It's the perfect time to join. And there's so many big things happening. Just hang on, enjoy the ride, and have fun. And then
Hear anything?
I don't know what that was, but that's okay. Just hang on, enjoy the ride, and follow the steps and listen to your instructor and have the time of your life and build a great business alongside of us. All right, so it's 9:01. I'm going to have to say last call, last call, last call. If you're brand new, whoever got you here would like to know that you made it on. Rory and Tanya like seeing hearing the names for the very first time. So click on the microphone in the lower left-hand corner, hit space bar on your keyboard, say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hey, this is Melanie, and I'm from Kansas City, Kansas side. Hi, Chester.
Kansas side. Welcome, Melanie. Glad you made it. Thank you.
Hey, this is Kimberly
Okay.
Waddell, and I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina.
South Carolina's here. Welcome, Kimberly. Glad you made it.
Thank you.
We've got a Denise, Nell's welcoming Denise, and Donna's welcoming Diane and John.
Welcome, Denise, Diane, and John. That's 1, 2, 3 hash marks. Okay, fantastic. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit some buttons so we can get going here. And glad to see Florida and Georgia and South Carolina and everybody in the house. We know it's been a rough couple of weeks. But if you're here, that's nothing but a good sign, and we are happy to see you. And welcome to the team. All right, I'm going to hit that button, then I'm going to hit that button, then I'm going to hit that button. And that button is already going, so we can go. All right, so welcome again, everybody, to the RRR247 and direct-to-consumer team call, our office call, our business call, our announcement call, our everything call, our everything important call. Tuesday night is our big night because all the big announcements that you need and you must have are always going to happen on Tuesday night. We'll train on it on Saturdays, Melanie and Maria. We'll go in depth and do more training on it, but if it's going to be something new to the system, a new tool, a new product, a new service, anything like that, it'll always be launched on Tuesday night. So you never want to miss a Tuesday night. For those of you who are brand new, my new friend Maria here in Florida, that's where I'm at. And listen, I've been in this industry for almost 35 years now. And I've been up and down the East Coast and all around, and I settled in Florida. I really like it here. I'm in Central Florida now, a little bit north of Orlando. So I was really, really close to all that stuff that was going on last week as well. But a day or two after, and I think I heard Rory mention it, a day or two after the storm happened down here, it was like 2 days go by and it feels like we're right back to paradise. You look outside and it's like nothing ever happened again. That's why Floridians so easily just get past these storms and just go on, carry on with life and enjoy. But for all of you that are here, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're safe. If you know somebody else getting around, send our love to them and all of our energy to them. It's been a rough couple of weeks, and now it looks like we're out of the woods and we're heading toward fall, and the beautiful cold temperatures finally coming down here in Florida. We're excited about that. But listen, I've been in this industry for 35 years, like I said, and I've been working with the Ricords for 30 of those 35 years. I'm an ex-carpenter who went back to school to be an aviation mechanic. It was while I was in school as an adult with a wife and 3 kids in tow but I was introduced to this industry. I seen something incredible about it. And I dove in and I became a student of the industry and a student of the system that I was working at the time. And I hit all my goals. I actually graduated school, went to work at the airport for about 8 months, quit, and I've been home ever since. After all that effort and all the funding and everything that it took to get that education, I wasn't there long at all. Life is what happens while we try to make plans. What happened in my life? I was introduced to something that turned my life around, something that opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed. Time freedom, financial freedom, more time with my kids, which was my driving force for everything. And just giving my kids the life that, and now I've spent the last 3 decades just helping other people do the same thing. What can I do to help somebody live the life that I lived, get the financial freedom that I had, get the time freedom that I had, do everything that we've done over the last 3 decades. And it's been a blessing to be a part. I've met Rory 30 years ago over the telephone, and then went down to Florida and met him face to face. And I knew just by shaking his hand and looking in his eyes, I wanted to be a part of this guy's life for the rest of my life. And then I flew out to Utah and met his lovely wife and partner. And I just knew that these two were going to be a power couple in this industry. And here we are 3 decades later, and they are exactly that. 2 people who get up every morning and have a cup of coffee, a media appointment, and say, what can we do to make this system better for Melody? What can we do to help Maria see the vision and carry that vision out? What can we do to help Chester make more money and Cheryl spread into the new country? What can we do to help Angie Bond hit the next level? What can we do to help everybody hit their goals? And that's the kind of people that you guys are getting in business with. They're incredible leaders. They when they got away from the telecom industry and the other industries that Tanya was into, they got online, they became lead generation gurus and website gurus, and they kept building, they kept adding more and more to it. And they kept getting, as new technology came out, they kept sticking it into that page. There's so much technology behind this PBS system, you guys, that most people don't even know what's there or how it works. And you know what? You don't have to. Why? Because we got the leadership behind us like Rory and Tanya that make sure it's there, make sure it works, and make sure that it works for you. Whatever your goals are, if you're just here to make an extra, $500 or $1,000 a month like I was when I came into the industry, great, you found your home. If you're here to make a lot more, great. If you're here to turn it into a new career, like some of us did, myself and Angie and Linda and anybody else on the front screen, and Nell, there's several people here that this is our full-time career because there's nothing else that could give us a better life, and there's nothing else that we have any more passion for than helping other people. So it's a great place to be, right? I go to bed at night sleeping very well, knowing that the 2 things that I get to help people with are their time freedom, and so their mental health, and their financial freedom, which is their monetary health. And what else can we do for people on the planet? And we get to take that worldwide, 75 countries. Rory and Tanya had a dream, they had a vision, and they wanted to take it out to the world and help as many people as they could. And they built a team of people around them that to help take that story, take that dream, take that vision out to the rest of the world and reach out and help as many other families as we can. That circle of people around them have spread the word into thousands of people now. And everybody is doing the same thing, building their business while they're helping everybody else build their business and spreading this word of this society that Rory and Tanya are making, this marketing army that other manufacturers want to be a part of and have Rory and Tanya and their team market their products for them. It's a great place to be. So that team of people all started out just like Melanie. I think you said you're brand new, right? So everybody just started out just like Melanie. You're brand new. You're going to start working on your pages. You're going to get all that content modified. So you got unique content to present to Google, right? So you can get Google AdSense. And then you're going to start building your teams through our acres, especially our #1 acre offer. And as you start building them teams, you're going to be moving up in different ranks. You're going to become an instructor in training. Then you're going to become an instructor. Then you're going to become a certified system instructor, which means you now have 10 people on your team that you are helping to duplicate you and duplicate all of us before you, right? 10 people that want to see the same vision and they want to go forward as well. And you're just going to keep moving up, building like that. After CSI is GSI, Gold System Instructor, then a PSI, and then an MSI. When you get to an MSI, you're talking about a big group of people who've been around for a long time. We got big teams underneath us. There's pretty much nothing that you can throw at us that we wouldn't know how to answer. And we all do everything that we can to reach out and help as many other people, not just the people on our own teams, but people on the entire team, because we're one big team here. And that's what you're going to see as you spend more and more time here, is a big family of people that put forth effort to see how, Nell, how are you doing today? Just pick up the phone. Hey, Nell, I need somebody to cover me on the phones today. Could you do that? Absolutely. We're there. We see each other. We help each other, and we're all here to build one big giant family that's going global. And we're not going to stop until we're in every country, on every continent around the globe. So if you're looking for a place where you can build yourself an incredible business while you're helping other people, you found the right place. And then as you move up to the ranks, you're going to meet a lot of leadership here. The lady I'm about to introduce to you, how do I describe her? Other than the fact that I forgot to mention, I'm a grandpa now. Rory will probably tell his story a little bit. He's a grandpa now. We talk about all the love and the blessings that come with being a new grandparent. Well, guess what? This person I'm about to introduce to you is also a new grandparent. So I know you're going to, every time you see them from going forward, they're going to have this big smile on their face about this big that lasts about 22 years, I think. I'm not sure. It's just, but if you asked anybody in this company to describe this person to you, not only has she got great work ethics and she's helping a lot of people, but the words that are going to come out of their mouth when they say, tell me a little bit about this person, they're going to go, oh, she's such a sweetheart. Such a sweetheart is probably the words that every single person that ever meets this person will say to describe her. And if that's, I'm going to without taking away from your story, let you do the rest of the talking. I can't say much more other than get to know these stories. Don't miss the calls. You can go back to all the other Tuesdays, listen to other leadership. When you're talking to somebody in the future, you can say, my friend Blake, my friend Linda, my friend Niall, my friend Nell, my friend Angie, my friend Francis has a story very similar to that. And here's why they love the business. So help me welcome part of our leadership here and brand new grandma, our PSI, which is about this far away now, I think I heard, from being an MSI. Miss Frances Bibbs, one of our sweetheart instructors. The microphone's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Niall. Again, my name is Frances, and I am a PSI. I have been here since September 2017, and I had been working as a legal secretary for about 30 years and wanted to have something to build for my retirement. I came across an ad for working from home, and I was working full-time at that point and didn't do much with my website the first 2 years. After I moved to Washington from California, I realized I wasn't doing anything constructive, so I started working on my website. I started out with 2 other instructors and both of them left, so I was working on my own for a bit. I called into support and I spoke to Donna Walker once and then Rory another time. It was quite a surprise to hear him say, "This is Rory, how can I help you?" I wasn't expecting that, and it was nice to know he was real and active in the business. What I did do during that time that I didn't have an instructor was faithfully attend at that time the Tuesday and Wednesday meetings and just listen to the few trainings that were available. Remembering the one theme through all of those months was don't quit. You are learning something new and it will get easier. So I didn't quit, even though I was near the edge a few times. Then I was adopted by Rory and Tanya, but formally chose Kathleen Metzler as my MSI to guide me. I continued to work on my site, learning as much as I could, then decided I would cut out TV during the day and focus on my business after I heard Rory say that TV was not making me any money. That was the turning point in my business. I started doing this full time and I started helping students from my instructor at that time. I attended my first event in Dallas. I met a couple of my students and other instructors, and it made this all real to me. Not like I was the only one doing this, but there was a community doing the same thing and helping each of us become successful, a total different corporate America. I came home and started working on Goya and getting my own students. Kathleen promoted me to CSI, then GSI, and I continued to just learn and do and move out of my comfort zones like now and working toward being an MSI. I won my first leadership trip to Destin, Florida, and it was nice to hang out with the top leadership there and learn from them and Rory and Tanya and have that one-on-one time with them. The trips we get to attend are where you put a personality to the person and make lifetime friends. It's where you get to meet your students and the instructors that you see weekly on Zoom. And you also are able to learn from different people and their technique, helping you develop your own technique. Maybe hearing something you heard before, but now from a different person in a different way, maybe all you need to move your business forward. And you always get some kind of nugget that you can use, which makes the trip definitely worth it. On each trip I have attended, I have seen my business grow after attending. Again, it's also nice to be among others that are doing the same thing that you're doing. This opportunity has given me the chance to work for myself and help others do the same. I get to meet new and interesting people over the phone and help them change their lives. That is if they don't quit. I look at this business as a blessing because if I had still been working for a law firm when my daughter told me she was pregnant, I would not have been able to just pick up and leave California and move to Vegas to be with her and take care of my first grandchild and still be able to work from anywhere just because I wanted to and still be able to take care of my financial responsibilities, not having to start over and find a job. I'm grateful for the opportunity to build the income I want, whatever that is, and to achieve it by just doing the work. We work 40 hours a week or more for other people and their dreams, so why not do the same for ourselves? I love the freedom, the flexibility, and opportunities I have found here. Yes, there are hard days and difficult students, but life has a way of beating up on us all, and those difficult students are just reacting to life. But those that endure through it and stick it out will make it and be glad they did, not quit. And those are the ones that bring a smile to our faces when they push through. I thank Rory and Tanya for this opportunity, and it is a special treat to meet them at the event because they're easy to talk to, hang out with, and great mentors to learn from. They walk the talk and will share whatever knowledge they can with us, either one-on-one or in group settings. It is especially nice to hang out with them eating dinner or just hanging out in a hotel room or on a trip to Disney World. They have changed my life for the better and are helping me to grow into the entrepreneur I want to be. And they are wonderful people to know and have in my life. Thank you for your hearts toward helping others and wanting more for us than sometimes we want for ourselves. It is my pleasure to turn the mic over to Tanya. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for this opportunity.
Oh, thank you so much, Frances. I love it. You guys, I love this lady. She has the biggest heart. And she has a corporate background, so it matches me. And she's a grandmother, which matches me. So we just have so much in common, and I just really, really love you. So thank you, Frances. Thank you so much. And yes, she's you guys this close. I think she would have already been an MSI, but she took a little bit off to be with her beautiful grandchild. And you know what? We have priorities, right? And we get to do this because of our priorities. And you heard her say that she was able to take time off to move and to be with her family. And there's nothing more important than that. So thank you so much, Frances. I loved hearing your story. And I loved hearing the fact that she said, I don't know if you guys were listening. I was listening to everything that came out of her mouth. And she said, there's hard students, there's hard times, but you just keep pushing forward, right? Hard things in life happen. So we just have to be consistent and moving forward. So that just kind of moves right into a few things I'm going to talk to you guys about today. So welcome for everybody who's new. I'm so excited to have you guys here and be a part of our family and our community that we have here. I really truthfully believe we don't have a better one. I think this is where it's at, man. This is like, hands up. We've got it going on here because of what, like Frances was said a lot about that as well, is we just have a great community, but we also have people who are like-minded and working on themselves to better themselves and their life, and they're pushing themselves forward. So we have that here, and I just think it's amazing opportunities that we have here. So just a little bit about myself, if you guys don't know. Niall gave me a little bit of intro, and so did Frances. So thank you both. I have been in the financial industry for over 30 years and really went into a lot of different areas within that and worked my way up. And then but I've also been in the network marketing, the marketing aspect of this for 30 years as well. And a fun fact, that's where my husband, when we were both 18 and able to sign up in our own businesses. So fun little fact there, you guys. So we've been doing this forever, and we've been growing and learning. You guys, we have really learned and grown, and we've found easier solutions and different pathways for people to make everything easier and work and more efficiently. And so just really, I think that we have it going on. But I truthfully think that we have the answers. And like Francis said, we walk the walk and we talk the talk. We do exactly what we tell you to do. So if we're saying to do something, it's because we've lived it and we've walked it and we've done it. Yeah, my husband's the mastermind behind all of this amazing system that we have. And you guys, here's the great thing about what we have is it's a system. It's all written down for you. Now, if you like systems, let me get you on board because I love them, but they give you a path and they give you a guideline, right? And I truthfully believe that a system is it's like goals. It gives you a path, it gives you a roadmap to get where you need to go. And that being said, you guys, when you are a new entrepreneur, you're learning new things, right? And sometimes things can seem overwhelming because this is a new path for you. And that's okay because mistakes just you just learn from them and move forward. And so we have all of that. You just have to be willing to assess your mistakes and move forward. And I was talking to one of my mentors yesterday, actually, and he said to me, Tanya, how did you find your success this way? Like I've been really working a lot on personal development this year. Well, I always have, but even more so on these particular areas. And I said, I had to do that adult thing called look at myself in the mirror and say, where did I fail? And that's really the secret. You have to do the adult thing. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, why am I failing this? Why am I failing in this area? What do I need to do to shift my process to be successful? And in doing that myself, I found a little program, I guess, I don't know if it's a program, but it's my mentality. And I'm going to share it a little bit with you guys, but I call it building blocks for success. And it's really where I found that I was able to achieve success in areas that I found to be extremely difficult for myself. Now, I'm one that if I know everything about something, I can go gangbusters and I can be very successful. And if I have a system and I know that I have the knowledge base behind it, I'm good to go, man. I can rock and roll. But when I don't and I'm doing something new, that's where I falter. So I had to figure out this little tip when I reassessed myself. I'm like, okay, why am I failing at this? It's because I'm jumping all in to do something I don't know how to do. And I'm failing because it's too hard. It's too hard because I don't know it. So I'm stepping back. So let me share with you guys. I call them building blocks because they're just like little blocks and you do one thing at a time. You start with something and then you add on to it and then you add on to it. Now, this has been the key to my success, you guys, and pretty much everywhere, but more importantly, like for my health and wellness this year, because I've been really focused on that. So I'll talk about that in a minute with our anchor offer. But number one, but I've really had a difficult time. I'm one that struggled in that area. And so I really had to assess myself and figure out what I needed to do. And what I had to do, very simply, was break it down. Break it down into little steps where I could add on to it. Now, you've heard so many people say, here's your goal, dial it back. And I can do that for almost anything except for health and wellness. I have the hardest time with that. I don't know why. So if you have a mental block somewhere, this is how you have to do it. And then we're going to refer it here to RRR here, what we have. But you've got to step it down. With our amazing system that we have, you have that ability. It's already laid out for you, right? When you come into the system here, what is it? You have a PBS. So that's going to be building block number 1, right? You're going to work on your PBS. You're going to redo the pages that your instructor tells you to do. And you're going to be like a child because you've never done this before. You're not going to try to recreate the wheel. The wheel's working and it's working great. Here's the fun fact for those of you guys. I want to share this with you. My husband and I are always re-looking at the wheel. Okay. So we're doing it for y'all because we have the knowledge and the expertise and the experience behind the scenes, and we can see a bigger picture and we know what's going on. And so we're always looking at that. So you don't need to, you just need to follow the path for success. So that's going to be number 1. Let's get your PBS going. Let's get your pages that are important, first of all, fixed. Then the next building block is going to be what? Posting those links. You got to post the links to your page. You got to get eyes on your website, because what are we trying to do? We're trying to get Google AdSense, right? We're trying to get posting money. That's what we're trying to do. So if you break it down very simply, and again, you guys, this is all laid out in the training. So this is nothing new, right? But I just feel like sometimes when y'all are coming in here, and this is a huge different shift for you, you're like, whoa, you're so overwhelmed, but you're gung-ho and you want to do everything. And then you find yourself kind of like dialing it back because you do not know. Well, you don't want to fail. Nobody wants to fail, but you've got to realize that it's okay to fail one, but just keep going. Just keep pushing yourself forward. So you've gotten on. So this is what I'm going to say, you guys. You just start small. Look at the first block, like I said, your PBS pages. The next block would be posting the ads for those PBS pages to get eyes on the websites, right? That's what you're doing. You're trying to get views onto your site. So when you're first starting out, that's what you're going to do. You're going to focus on that. And unless you're going down the instructor road first, which I'll talk about that in a second, but you're going to do your pages. You're going to get going on posting those ads, getting eyes on sites, and you're going to keep creating pages and keep posting the ads. That's consistently doing this every single week, as much as you can afford to do so. Now, if you're an instructor route and you want to go do the quick start stuff, obviously you still have to do this. Now, that's what we're here for. But then you're going to want to make sure you're joining your anchor offers, and you're going to make sure you're writing content around those particularly. So either way, that's going to be, make sure you have your anchor offers, make sure you have your join the anchors, and you're continuing with that. So that's your next block, anchors. That should already be done in your first program, but I'm saying it in this stepwise for y'all. Okay. So you should have already joined at least our anchor offer number 1. If you haven't and you're slowing it down, you're working up towards it to get the posting money, then there's other sites for you there. There's other ways to do it. But I'm going to say, if you guys are here for the money, you got to get in the anchors. That's the way to get it. That's the way to get it going on. So you just got to take the little steps and keep adding momentum, adding momentum. Now I'm going to tell you guys a secret here. Convincing the mind. If you convince the mind, the body will follow. I'll reiterate it because I messed it up. If you convince the mind, your body will follow. Anything that you do is 95% mental, 5% work. I promise you that. If you get your mind where it needs to be and you convince your mind, your body will follow. It's going to want to do it. If you give yourself an outline, your mind knows its job now. Your mind knows where it needs to go, and it will do it. If you're gung-ho about it and you're pushing yourself forward and you have your why and you know why you're here to do it and what you want to achieve, and you're passionate about it, your body will follow you. It will do exactly what you need it to do. It's going to follow that path for success. So get your mind straight, you guys. Get rid of the naysayers, people who don't think you can do it, and they don't think you can do it because they don't think they can do it. So they're reflecting their views on you. Don't listen to that. That's baloney. That's a bunch of malarkey. Doesn't matter what they have to say, right? It's what it believes in, what you believe you can do. That's all that comes down to it. What do you think you can do? And move forward. Again, just small, you guys. We're not buying a whole country right now. We're just starting little small. So we're starting with the little blocks of our PBS, are rewriting our pages, posting the ads, getting the eyes on the site, making sure we're part of the anchor offers. Next one is keep posting so you can get the Google AdSense. You want to get the Google AdSense. Then you're going to do it while you're doing that. That's one that you can do multiple times, right? Because you're going to be posting ads. But once you come the instructor route, you've got to do your V marketing. And I mean every single day if you can, until your schedule is full. If you're new and you don't know what that is, it's okay. Talk to your instructor. They're going to get you on a path. But you have got to get a success going for yourself so that you can push forward on those next little hurdles, right? Little blocks, if you will. And we have a whole bunch of these that just stack. So when you start something new, like I say, I don't particularly myself, I'm not going to go run 5 miles, but I'm sure I can walk around the block a few times. Heck yeah. And then I can push myself to do a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more until I am running 5 miles. And it's the same thing here. You're doing your pages, you're posting your ads, you're continuing to show up for yourself. You're attending all your trainings. There's another block, attending your trainings. You're working on every little thing that we do. You guys, it's really not that complicated, but people make it more than it needs to be. And people want to change the system. And all it's going to do is get in the way of your pushing forward for your success. So let's not do that. Let's follow and be consistent, do the things that you need to do to find success. But once you get into that instructor part, you guys, once you start doing your remarketing, surprise, we have to talk to people. If you didn't know, we're in the people business. Surprise. Welcome. Guess what we really care about at the end of the day? People. We all care about you, right? The people who want to give back are the ones that actually make the money. People that want to give back of their time and their energy and their efforts, training new people, showing them the ropes, those are the ones that get to make the money. That's just how it goes. So once you've gotten all those going on, and while you're waiting for Google AdSense, because that's not one that you're going to hold up your path for, you're going to get on that trainer, you're going to get in that training and start going. And it doesn't matter if you mess up. We have so much training you can get on any call trainings to see how to do it. We have V-marketing training every single Saturday. As a matter of fact, this Saturday coming up is a marathon. And we have our top recruiters. Rory himself will be doing several hours. Niall and Dina Eddy will be doing a couple hours each. So we have all different kinds of people showing you guys how to do V-marketing and their way, which is, it's all about the same, but people, you have a system, but sometimes people tweak it a little bit for their own success. And if it's not working for you, then come listen to how Rory does it, or how Niall or how Dina does it, so that you can get it to work for you. And sometimes we're lucky enough to have other people join in and share their way. We had Stacy last week. We've had Jackie on as well to share. And so we have people that are showing their way of doing it and how they get it done. But and remember, it's not about, this is a building block too, because this is super important. I have people tell me all the time, Tanya, I can just whiz through those numbers in an hour. It's not about whizzing through the numbers. It's about making connections. Okay, so that's another block. How many connections am I making every day? What am I doing? How am I working myself for success? So this is the path for success here within our company. These are the things that you need to do. And there's all the building blocks. You can see when it's mapped out for you, the different directions that you need to go for it. Now I'm going to tell you guys another thing that we don't talk about a lot here in RRR, but I believe 100% that it will help for your success, because it's helped me. And that is, you've got to develop a routine. And that to me is another building block. Maybe that's where you start. You've got to develop a routine. You have to have goals, and they have to be passionate, you guys. Or people call it your why. And I like to say, everyone has a why or has a reason why they're doing it, but you have to have a belief in yourself. And again, if you convince the mind, the body will follow. Once you start twisting those negative beliefs into positive beliefs, your brain, your body will follow you, because it gets excited, it gets passionate about it, and it wants to move forward. So when you have those days where it's not a good day, you've got to get into your RRRing, which is your reset, refocus, recommit. You've got to reset your brain. You've got to refocus on what you want to do. You got to remember your goals. You got to recommit to yourself to keep pushing forward. Everybody has bad days. Here's the funny thing is, you can have a bad day in a corporation over and over and over and over again. I mean, I had bad days all the time, but I stuck in that darn job. But here people will quit on themselves. And it's if you stay here, if there's no secret to success, you guys, it's just consistency and showing up for yourself. So whatever makes it easier for you, if you were someone likes to jump all in and just get it all done and go forward, great. But if you're someone that has to have the little steps, okay, I'm going to work on this, I'm going to work on this, great. Just do not let one of the little steps hold you up. Okay. So when I'm saying the steps, you have to have a deadline for those steps, right? You're not going to say, oh, I'm going to do this now, and then I'm going to work on this. Wait, I'm still on the building block one. No. You have to keep pushing yourself forward. You have to keep pushing and growing. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck there forever. And it's like a funnel. You'll be stuck there. You will not continue to grow. And then people say, I'm not making any money. Well, no wonder you haven't done any of the money making opportunities. You have to do the things that are going to make you money to make money. You can't just say, I've got my PBS and I'm not making any money. Well, have you fixed your pages? Are you posting ads regularly? Have you joined the anchor offers? Are you sharing that opportunity? Are you doing the things you need to do? I can guarantee you you're not. So anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about, I have a few more minutes here, so I'm going to talk about a few other things, you guys, but I'm going to talk to you guys about little habits and little routines every single day that I feel like are important for success, that'll help push you forward. And these are personal things. I talked about the business things. Now I'm going to sidetrack. We're talking about personal things. And one of my amazing mentors, who happens to be my husband's and several people here, He would say 10 little things that will help change your life forever. That will help you. And these are daily things to do. And I've talked a lot about this, especially in leadership meetings. Francis mentioned that. And I've talked about this before in leadership meetings, but I want to share it with all of you guys here as well. And these are 10 things that I personally and my husband, we do every single day without fail. These are things that we just do. And I'm not talking these things, each of these things does not have to be like, an hour a piece. I'm talking like 5 to 10 minutes, each little thing. I have a morning routine or an evening routine, and I do these things within the time frame. And I have an hour in the morning, an hour in the night that I spend into these things. So number 1 would be reading with a purpose. I don't care what it is you read with a purpose. And it only has to be 5 to 10 minutes. Pick a subject. You want to learn about Rory? Read his book. If you want to learn about marketing and doing this here, he's got this great book, this great reading tool for you that to help guide you. And it's really great to have that knowledge so that when you're sharing it with other people, you can do that. So pick something that you want to change. Do you want to change a business plan, a different purpose? Let's read about that. Guess what? Read pages. I could recommend so many of our MSIs or PSIs pages for y'all to go read, to learn a little bit about things. Maybe that's what you should be focusing on when you're first here, about how to do your pages. So read a little something. I highly recommend that you place the Bible in there, but that's my belief system. So just and it does to be a chapter, maybe 2, whatever you want. Number 2 would be journaling daily. This is your roadmap, guys. You need to know every single day. And I've said this forever, and I will say it till again, every single day in the morning, I write, what is my number 1 thing that I need to accomplish today, that I am not going to bed until it's done. Now, if that's signing up a new person, then that's what it is. If that's getting reports done for me, I have a lot of reports where what I do with all the financial stuff, then I have to get that done. If I have different talks and different trainings, different educations I'm working on, then it's that. So whatever it is, that's my number 1 goal that day. And I'm not going to bed till it's done. And if things get in my way, and because things come up all the time that get in my way, I still commit to doing it until my day is done. Number 3 would be goals. Goals are your path. I call it your map, but if without goals, you're a ship without a sail, right? You're just blowing in the wind, la, 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 la. You don't have a focus. You don't have a direction, but the goals get you in that direction. They get you focused. They get you working on. And again, you guys, the goals are also like, you probably hear the term a lot, but my why. Why am I doing this? What do I want to see? What will my life be like when I accomplish that? You have to have a pathway, and the goals are your pathway. Number 4 would be exercise every single day, you guys. And I don't care if it's just to walk around the block a couple times, whatever it is. And I don't care how old you are. You need to do this, because when you do this, it boosts your mood, it boosts your energy, it boosts your clarity, and it makes you focus better. So I don't care if you're just walking. I don't care if you're doing strength training. 20 minutes a day, 10 to 20. I mean, if you have to start small, but 10 to 20 minutes a day. Recommend it, highly recommend it. It just changes everything. It also helps you handle the negativity when you have it, because sometimes we have it. It also helps you handle that better. And speaking of negativity, number 5 would be gratitude. You cannot be grateful and be negative at the same time. It's just impossible. You cannot be depressed and negative, or have anxiety and have gratitude. Those things just do not coexist. So every day, as part of my journaling, I write down my gratitude of the day, whatever it is. It could be something small. It could be something big. It could be as small as I woke up without knee pain today. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. It could be like that. Anything that you want it to be, that's what it is. But every single day. And this also helps you guys. This helps you to see the positivity in your life. It helps change your mindset, because so many people, and you don't even realize you're doing it, y'all. You're so negative. You're negative to yourself. You tear yourself down. I cannot believe the way some of you talk to yourselves. You would never talk to somebody else that way. Why are you talking to yourself that way? So it helps you guys see the reflection of your life, and it helps you move forward into a positive mindset. It helps you change. Over time, you will see that it'll change your mindset. It'll change your direction. Number 6 is rest. And we talk about this with your reset, refocus, recommit, your R&R. You've got to have time to rest. We have a day off. It doesn't matter what day it is for you. And it might limit, if you guys are working a full-time job and you have to have the weekends to work here, then that's fine. But take a little bit of time for yourself, because you'll find yourself more invigorated, more focused, and more direct, have more of a drive. I mean, Rory talked about, we go in another call, but we won't go for a walk every day in the morning because it helps us have more direction, more purpose for our day. So just having that rest, whatever that be, it helps you to dream. It helps you to, recover. When you relax, you have take a nice hot shower, you're relaxing. And have you ever noticed that all of a sudden your mind's opening up and all these ideas flow through your mind? That's what happens when we allow ourselves to rest. So I believe in one rest day a week. I feel like if God said it, then it's good enough for me. So one rest day a week. And I believe that is very important for our bodies and our mental health. Number 7 is giving. And we have the great opportunity here. I'm not talking about money. If you have it, that's great. And that's fine too. But you guys, we are human and we need that human connection. So the most important giving is being present. Being present. So important that when you're talking to somebody that you're present and you're giving them of your attention. You're giving them of everything that they need from them. So it's your attention, it's your time to train. We have, if you're an instructor here, then you're training, you're giving your time back. Are you doing it with kindness? Make sure you're always doing it with kindness. Rory and I give so much of our time because we want to give back and share with y'all. So that's number 7. Number 8 would be listening. Have you ever noticed a lot of people are not very good listeners? You think they are, but in truth, they're waiting for their turn to talk. They're not really listening. They're just waiting for you to pause so they can talk. So when you're listening to somebody, it's more than just listening. You're actually reading their body language. You're watching their expressions on their face. You're tuned into them. Guys, this is what I'm talking about with that connection. It makes people feel so important because we are important and they're worth listening to. I have a hard time because I'm used to be so shy and so quiet that people would interrupt me all the time and I'd be like, yep, they're off my list. Don't need to talk to them. And I would just be like, bye, see you later. But then I realized that they just didn't know they were doing it. And so I just had to get back into, okay, I'm gonna teach them how to treat me, and I'm gonna pause and wait for their attention. So it's just, we have to be very, very cognizant of what we're doing with others and how we are making sure we're connecting and really truthfully listening to what they are saying. This one's one of the hardest ones for me, but it's number 9, and it's called patience. Y'all, I just wanted to tell you, when I got married to my husband, I said it in my marriage ceremony. I said, I do not have patience and I'm not asking for any. He tells me all the time, I don't have, it's one that's hard for me, but it's worth it. And anything that's worth having is worth having patience for, right? If you're working for something, and that's really what I'm referring to in this particular instance, you guys. I mentioned it before, but people will work at a dead-end job where they're miserable and they'll show up year after year after year, but they do something different here and they'll give up. Oh, it's not working. They give up. But yeah, it's not working because you're not pushing yourself enough. You're not doing the things that you need to do. You've got to focus and you've got to be committed. So, you got to get committed. You've got to work, but being patient is about taking the time, but also working and researching and doing the things you need to do to make things happen for you. So, nobody else is responsible for you, friends. You are responsible for you. So when you come into here, yes, you have a leader, you have an instructor that's helping you, but they're not responsible for you. You're responsible for you. If they're not teaching you the way you need to teach, go watch videos. We have tons of videos. We have tons of training. Find what works for you. Be proactive and have the patience with others that are still learning too. You don't need to know everything here to be successful. You just need to be teachable. So make sure that you're celebrating your small wins along the way with your new career here, your new focus. And the last thing would be time, guys. Time with people that matter. I talked a little bit about it, but there's so many negative people out there. And there was a study that showed in every single group, if they would put one negative person, that group was 80% likely to fail. 80%, that's huge. So who are you spending your time with? You know, you've heard it said, I'm sure many times, that you are the collection of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Who are those 5 people? Seek out those who you want to be or have a relationship, who you want to be a part of, who's going to uplift you and you're going to uplift them. You've got to be really careful with the time management that you have and who you're spending it with. You know, we have family members in our lives. Some of them aren't that great, I'm going to say honestly. And, you know, I'm not saying to cut them out completely, but just make sure that you're limiting the time that's negative around you. Sometimes it's friends that mean well, but they're negative. You can only work on you. And if you don't allow that around you, then it will change. And if you're starting to let people in who are more positive in your life, that will change. You will start to appreciate the positivity and the happiness in your life. And you'll notice, you guys, if you don't, this is hard to spot sometimes because you're not used to it. But you'll notice some people that you're around and you just feel so darn good. And then there's other people that you're around that you don't feel so good. And that's how you can spot it if you're not used to this. You just have to realize that there's just going to be people that make you feel good, that make you want to be a better person. And those are the people that you want to be around. Make sure you're learning, and you're growing, and you're pushing for better, and you will win. So you guys, back to our small building blocks. If you're doing this system every single day, right? It's part of and I'm talking about every single day doing these things. I do it every single day. If it's part of your morning routine and your evening routine, and you're doing the things that you need to do, and you're doing the small building blocks for growth here. And again, you guys, it really is that simple. It's just about consistency, pushing hard, pushing yourself, challenge yourself. Don't just say, okay, I'm doing this. And if it's easy for you, you got to push a little harder, right? We grow and we change when things are a little bit more on the heavy side. That's when we get better. That's when we push for better. Hopefully you don't quit. If you're quitting, then you're never going to achieve anything. But show up for yourself. You're learning how to run a business here. You're learning how to be an entrepreneur, and it's new. So you have to be willing to be patient with yourself and to work for growth and change. You know, we all hopefully have goals. We all have them set. Or in the last quarter, I was on a different training on Thursdays. We are all on this path. So with that being said, I want to talk to you guys about our anchor offer number 1, which is Bella Vita. And speaking of goals, right now they have a 90-day transformation challenge. We have these amazing products. I'm wearing one around my neck, but I also have, this is my favorite little baby right here, this one. We are having it, so it goes October, November, and December. They'll be announced in December on the founders call. And Frances, who was introduced to me today, she was like second place runner up for the last one. And you win free product. So make that a part of your goals. Are you guys taking the products every day? Start writing your transformation. Start writing how you're feeling. Write your mental clarity. It's part of journaling, guys. It's just kind of charting your progress. I'm a big advocate of journaling. Obviously, I talked about it, but that's how you know how you're doing. That's how you know if you're progressing. And it's really fun also when you're trying something new to kind of go back and see how you're feeling in the beginning and how you're doing now and kind of reassess yourself. That's really, really fun. But since we have this challenge right now, you know, I've been doing this for a while. I've been pretty consistent. So I think I started, it was June 10th myself. Every single day I'm taking the products, all of them. And now we have this great, you know, ability to become a member of it and get a great deal on all the products. But I'm taking every single one of them now. We have this one, which is like I like to call this, I know Roy might get frustrated with me, but I call it like pre-workout, man. To snap this baby in the morning, go for my walk, go for my workout. I'm feeling groovy. I've got all my energy going on. I also like to take it in the afternoon when I'm getting that lull, but it's for focus and what does it say on the box here? Niall, I should know this. It boosts mental energy, improves mood, improves focus and alertness, supports positive thinking, and improves mental acuity. So this is, if you guys have not joined Bella Vita, you got to join. If you haven't tried if you can only take one, I always say the brain. This is the brain. I always say this is the one that made a life change for me. It's completely changed my life. I really, really love that product. But I also have the one around my neck I wear. There's a plethora of products that you guys, there's nothing like it. So again, I challenge you guys to, even if you're not looking to lose weight, that's great. Congratulations, because I sure am. But if you're not looking to lose weight, that's fine. But just take the products every day for 90 days and chart your progress, how you're feeling. Now, again, you'll see when you start to feel better, you want to do things that make you better. So it leads over to the other areas. And what makes you want to write pages on how you're feeling. And like, I mean, pre-workout is it's a sizzle word right now. So you can write pages on this little baby right here and pre-workout. That's what I recommend. It's phenomenal. We have collagen that's amazing too. We have so many different things. So just write the pages on those, get them going, sharing it. You'll see that we have so many sizzle words, so many words for our PBS. Rory talks a lot about that. He does a lot of trainings and things on your PBSs. And they're just great. It helps you get going, helps you post those pages, get those ads out. And if you do not know how much you should do, I'll tell you. Rory says, and I'm just repeating him because he's the master of this, whatever time you have for your PBS, 50% should be on content creation. 50% of that time should be on posting ads. People overlook one or the other. You have to have both because you have to give new creation and then you have to post ads to get eyes on your site. So it's so important. Anyway, that is, I wanted to bring Rory on to say hello if he can. I don't know. He's working on a bunch of different stuff. Rory, are you available? I know he's on the call.
Yeah.
Anything I missed that you wanted me to cover?
You covered everything really good. I just want, other than, as you're breaking down the goals, guys, we've got these amazing tools to do the V marketing and grow your teams, right? We got this incredible PBS vortex that people just need to utilize. Even if it's only 10 a day, 20 a week, something steady to build on. Like maybe you can only, I'm just going to try Tuesday night. And you guys push yourselves. We have 10 weeks.
Oh yeah, I was going to share that. We have this amazing leadership thing that we're working towards too.
You guys, we have people well on their way. We have 10 more weeks to qualify, which if you did 250 points, your hotel and everything's paid for. If you can do 500 points a week, you're going to get your airfare covered as well. And then there's more, but just get there. If you've never been to an incentive trip, get there. I mean, you guys are how to stress it because it will change so much of your perspective and understanding. It's the journey there that makes the most difference. That's just a celebration. And then just to share with energy with people and get some ideas and just learn. We've learned a lot. We've built some incredible relationships outside of RRR with the people in Bella Vita that's helped us tremendously. It's going to be the same for you. Plus, you guys, Panama, I've never been.
Yeah, I was going to share should I share the flyer?
Sure.
Let me share the flyer here. There you go. Here is our lovely flyer. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, here, Panama, this is where it's at, baby. Look how beautiful that is. We get to earn this, you guys. You get to go. And the period of the contest already started, but October 1st through December 31st. And then I believe the trip is in February.
It's on the top.
Yeah, it says it on the top, right? Yep, February. There he is, February 6th. You guys, there's nothing like this. I mean, Francis talked about going there, and this is how you qualify, guys. Francis talked about going to leadership meetings. They're so important. If you have goals, you always have to have a deadline, guys. And leadership, any kind of trip should be a deadline goal for you, and make it ahead of that. Obviously, ahead of the December 31st. Work now and push, because it's so important. It will change your life. It'll change your mindset. It'll change the connections you have with people. It'll change so much. So anyway, anything else, Rory? Otherwise, I'm going to say, make sure you join us on Saturday. We have you're doing your marathon, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And because we're going to be really pushing on the V marketing, because that's what makes this work. It makes everything work. It's the action steps to get your goals done. And so we're going to be doing a marathon Starts at 1 o'clock Eastern, and we're going to go till like 8 o'clock.
Yep.
And you're going to be able to see it nonstop how we do it. Dina's going to start, then Niall, and then I'll come on. Though I think I'm going to start when they start. I have a couple things I'm going to move around, but you guys, we're going to just crank this. Now I was like saying, hey guys, we're going to crank this out. And you know what? For some that have the luxury to be able to do this like 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day, you're going to see what can happen in that period of time to get things going. And you can work feverishly until you don't need to anymore because you got a team. You got to build up. Like, how bad do you want it? What are you willing to do? What's your time like? 2 hours a day? Great. Here's what you can do in 2 hours. You got 4 hours on some days? Even better. Like, what do you need to do to get where you want to get going? And you guys, we already got the path. We just got to show you how to walk it. And then you got to jump on and go. And it's the most forgiving stuff ever. Like, once you get going and you get that first PBS, everything changes. Because then you know you can do it. It's like, do you guys remember when you like first learned how to ride a bike? Do you remember that and how proud you were? Or maybe when you first, could roller skate without dying or driving a car? Or all the above? All right. See you guys in 5 minutes. We're doing the millionaire course. And we're all going to check in. Accountability. Some celebration. We got a bunch of new people. And then we're going to go right to the millionaire course like within like 10 minutes. So see you there in 5, right? In 5 minutes, we'll be in the millionaire course. Go log into your back office, go to the instructor call. We'll see you there. And anybody new, you guys come check in on that. It starts the accountability. This is one of those building blocks, just doing a little thing. Hey, showing up and being accountable. That's a building block, right, babe?
Yeah, it definitely is. Super important.